All right. Hey, Dustin, can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Because my reception here is really crappy. This is the room that I stay in, but it's like, this is a second room. And sometimes our reception here sucks. Can you hear me? Dustin, can you hear me okay? All right, have a good one. I'll see you in the morning. Okay. You might hear the fan, the heater go. Got little heaters over here. I ain't gonna touch it because the reception, like I said, is questionable. It's the best room in the house to get reception. Oh, we got some watchers in here. I ain't checked in with you guys in a minute. I've been sick as a dog. I think what I thought was a cold is actually the flu. Hey, USA Natural Cures, tell I've been doing echinacea and talk about natural cures. I've been doing some echinacea complete care. It has echinacea, elderberry, peppermint spearmint, and then I've been doing like cold meds. But yeah, I got the flu bad, and I'm pretty sure it's the flu because I've been getting chills for the past 2 days. Today I slept. I left the house once, and that was to return a little movie to Redbox. But I've been sleeping. And Dustin, I got your information that you're starting orientation. Let me know how that goes. All right. USA Natural Cures. I don't know if you've been on the channel before, but welcome. I'm not doing nothing but chin wagging, just fighting the flu. I think I'm pretty sure that's what this is. The only time I've ever gotten chills is when it's. And I got this. Thought it was a cold last week as I was packing to come here to Lubbock, and I think I got it between going through. Um, okay, going to my play sister's Love, Oregon, going to my play sister's house into the garage because I had all my stuff from the truck in the garage. Um, we had a busy Tuesday, the 10th, whatever the 10th was. 10th or the second was. So I went to his doctor. His doctor's sick, so we talked to like the assistants there. Garlic at Walmart. Okay, I'll get some garlic. I have some ginger tea. Okay, I need to go get some honey. He doesn't have honey, and I don't bring too much sweets because he's a diabetic and he'll eat it like it's water. He'll drink it like it's water. Last time I brought a really good honey in here, and he went through it like it was a ball of water, and I mean it was like a big old thing of honey. So I don't normally keep it here, but I might have to go get some. Um, because he'll eat it up. It's like a drug of choice. Um, been killing it, Dustin. Been killing water left and right, trying to flush my body. Um, and I have high blood pressure. So I do Corset. But anyway, today I got up late. I ate breakfast, and then I pretty much kind of nodded off. And after eating breakfast, I slept, and so just now, and like right now the room is nice, but I've got chills. And I got the little heater right next to my bed. Um, but I pretty much slept today, and I've been blowing the nose and up here. I'm blowing a little bit of not to be gross out loud, but blood. So I realize, and I feel a little tight here. So it's just getting it out. We have to reset the appointment because I needed to talk to the PA and the assistants there. So we're going back Thursday for him, and I have some stuff I have to take care of with his stuff. Then Tuesday, the second, we also know the third. I'm telling you, because I feel crappy. The third, we also went down to DMV because I'm moving everything here. And so they had over this little bitty deal because it's Texas, Lubbock is not big. in Arizona, we have a separate DOT office. So normally when I go in there, I have never had even an hour wait unless we're back from trucking school when they dropped us all off to take our tests. Because however, all in the school's testing, you all test at the same time, right? So we did our written test, but our computerized test for our CDLs permits. Um, but for him, we went up there, and he's been in his apartment a couple of years now, 2 or 3 years, and he never got his address changed. So I need to put my address, and I said, "Well, you're supposed to do that within XYZ amount of time." So he's like, "Well," and he's going to get his veteran status put on his because I helped him with the form, and then I was supposed to be talking about the CDL part and moving it to Texas. It's going to run me about, like he said, probably about $61 on the test, except I have to do a hazmat. So I'm going to let the hazmat fall off because what I'm going to be doing is not going to go with hazmat, regardless of what I do. I'm going to bring it back on later, and I'm also going to bring on the TWIC because I also had to call TSA. So I had a lot I did. I was on the phone for like between the DMV visit, then being back on the phone with them, and calling TSA. I spent probably 3 or 4 hours on the phone talking to different folks. And in person, um, I have to. We're gonna go back this week coming up and get everything moved over and get his license straight. So we're gonna get up extra early in the morning to be out there. They open like at 8. He goes to these reps at 6 in the morning. So I said we're gonna be over there at 7 in the morning. We'll be some of the first people to walk from that damn door and get on the list. I think my body needed to rest because I didn't know it was gonna be like this. There's no way I would have been able to drive crap and chills and just sleeping. And the heater on was good. So the heater is really good. Got it for $13 at Walmart. Unit like they have hotels in the front, and I don't think it's working all that great for the whole apartment. So we got some little heaters. There's utilities included, so it shouldn't run him too much to have him. If he goes over a certain amount, he has to pay a little bit above, but it's not usually that much. Really dry. So all this cold medicine, I'm dried out. Probably so. They're doing that all over the country. All the enhancement is, and it doesn't matter whether it's a regular driver's license or a CDL, it allows you to be able to fly without a passport. Otherwise, if you do not have an enhanced driver's license and a patent, understand if you don't have the enhanced driver's license or a driver's license and a passport together, you will not be able to fly. I own both, so I already have a license and I have my passport, so I'm not really worried about being able to fly. And I don't really personally like to fly, because of my size. You have to pay for 2 seats because I'm big. It's very tiny. And I don't know, I'm just not a big person who likes to fly. One of the reasons I drive is because I love driving. It's probably why I like driving a truck. Um, but yeah, we got a lot, and I'm driving a little more because I told you about the driving. So, yeah, I love to drive. No, the enhanced license is only really mainly a flying thing, and I it's a federal government thing. I'm not huge on it because I don't know if y'all ever heard of the old 1984 Big Brother or whatever it was, but we're talking facial recognition and all that other stuff, which is why it's done. We're already kind of in the system anyway. When they pull you up, because now you just slide your driver's license, that barcode on the back pulls up all your details. So, but yeah, so I'm a rest, but to move the license I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I don't talk about Natural Pures, what company I drive for. I never give that. Um, but right now I'm down on a leave to help my dad, and I'm looking at all my options anymore. Um, so I may go back to their dry-van division here in the Texas area, but right now what I'm doing is looking for something in Texas where I'm here a little more frequently because he's getting older, and it just kind of helps to be here, but it also helps me too. It'll give me a place to home time every 5 days and take care of stuff with him and myself. I'm also going to try to get, I'm getting the, well, I'm not trying, I'm going to be getting the weight loss surgery. So I was originally going to do that out of Phoenix, but I may do it out of this area. Actually, when I get to see when we'll see his doctor next week, I'm going to talk about that because I'm probably going to use either his doctor or here and get everything switched out here because I used that office before when I used to work here for a bank out here, Wells Fargo. No, I don't tell the company I work for. And even if I don't stay with the company I'm with and I go to another company, I've been really praying on that. I don't think I'll give that company name. If I go to another company, I'm probably going to be lease purchase. So I don't give that. I don't give that information. I see a lot of YouTubers that get on here and they rah companies. Yeah, yeah. Um, Princess Dustin on here got the weight loss surgery. My niece has had it, and my brother had it. Both my niece and my brother had the gastric sleeve. Dustin, I think you said you had the full bypass, but my brother did the gastric sleeve. And my family, so my father has kids by other women, but my mother had three children. So me by my father, and then two by my stepfather. And my brothers, all of us are obese. We all actually hit the 400-pound mark. My mother was a very obese woman. So I think we got that from her side. One of my brothers had the gastric sleeve over a year old person because I'm short. I'm like 5'2", 5'3". My brother's like 6'1", and he looks good. My other brother and me are still both fat. So, and I know my other brother's talking about it. I know that I'm going to be doing it. I just wasn't making money at the company I'm at like I would to take the time and actually pay for it because there's a part of it I'm going to have to pay for. Um, but if I make my next move, I should be making the kind of money I expect to, and I'll set that aside. And I'm also picking the insurance company I'll have. That's something else I've been doing while I'm down is researching insurance companies. Yeah, you should do very good. Hold on here. Yeah, Creed's. I heard Creed's a decent company. I've heard very good. I haven't heard anything really bad about Creed. I've heard Creed is actually a decent company. You guys are mainly dry van though. I like reefer. That's my thing. I know that's the thing I like to do. I'm a kind of methodical, so I like reefer because reefer requires you to have checks and balances to it, which is what I like. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Princess. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't, and I come up at the end of this leave, um, working on some things to see if that's still going to be in play. But once I was going to do the change, I thought about, well, if I go somewhere else, am I going to give that information? At first, I was, but then the more I thought about it, and I just watched some of the more bigger YouTubers on here, and I see either they jump company to company or B, they go somewhere and they get on the rah-rah section because they had orientation. And then you get there, and I had it happen. I went to a company in Oklahoma. There was a lot of it that was very nice, but there were red flags already in the very beginning. And then as I was there, I was only there for not that long, but as I was there, I noticed there was things that you didn't tell me on the phone, and so you're doing some slick willy trucking tactics. You didn't tell me about force per diem. You tell me I'm going to make this much money, and then to get there, and it's this much money. Oh, Schaefer's. I didn't know Schaefer was a Crete. Okay, I know Schaefer. I didn't know that was a Crete division. I didn't know the Crete and Schaefer were. Well, a lot of these companies are merged, child. But I didn't know Schaefer was the Crete reefer division. That's good to know. I didn't know that. But Princess, I noticed that they get on here and they'll tell all this information and rah rah the company. Things go south, and then you trying to back out of it, or they say it and then they can't tell the truth, or they still a good no, they got some issues. They got issues. Um, and I'm just saying, I think that there are companies that all companies have issues. It just depends on the level and depth of the issues. No company's gonna be perfect. I don't care whether it's trucking or any other company, but if they have like a plethora, a very large amount of issues, there's a problem. So, uh, Jesus, no, I'm sorry. So you know, I sat here, I prayed on it. Now, what I am going to show you, if I go lease purchase, I will be and I am looking at a company that it looks pretty much a go for the lease purchase. I've got some things I got to do on my end, and if that's a go, I'll be announcing that a little later on towards the either end of the month or early Feb. Um, I've been in a lot of communications with them, and if everything's a go on that, then I'm also still looking locally. There's a local reefer company here in Lubbock, which would get me home more. Um, and his memory is not bad. I mean, like I told him, we talked because I said, look, you in better shape than most people your age. He's 70. He's a Vietnam vet, and he's retired railroad. I mean, he can hold a conversation. He's got logical thought, but you can see the age coming on, especially in the driving. Because he hates driving, but he was a good driver. I mean, he could drive his butt off. But now, driving on a white line and hit a curve, can't see good at night, so forth. Yeah, and actually, Natural Course, that's another one I was looking at. Walmart's another one of their drivers are in pretty good physical shape right now because I'm so heavy. I would probably hold a little bit on Walmart, but there's a Walmart DC in Plainview, which is my brother's living, my half brother's through it with his other one of the other females he's with. They're in Plainview. I have two brothers in Plainview, and Walmart there's a DC. Actually, one of them I think works in the DC in Walmart inside the warehouse. The other one works. I think does correction officer or something here in the Texas area, and so they both work out of Plainview area, which is about an hour outside of Lubbock, north of Lubbock. It's between Lubbock and Amarillo. So I thought about the Walmart DC. There's also a auto parts dealership here. However, I don't know if I could do that because it does. If you have to, I think you have to unload, but it does have a lift gate and it's a power pallet jack. So it just means you hit a button, it raises it, but you have to push that off. So I don't know how heavy I'm pushing. And right now, I don't know if I'm in that shape for it. I mean, just walking around the car, I'm breathing heavy, but I'm breathing heavier than usual because I am really congested all across here. I was still like bringing stuff up. I was coughing, not as much, but I've been really dry right now because things go south. And, or it's kind of like we go through growth phases. Um, the company I'm currently at is a starter company. And so there's only so much, they've been asking for mature senior drivers, but there's a way, there's things that as you get mature in trucking, you expect certain treatment. So I worked for one company, which I will mention because I worked for them, was Conway. I left them very angry, more so because of the driver manager relationship. The company overall, when I step back now, was a great company. But the driver manager, so that can always make or break your relationship with the company. Um, and it broke my relationship with them. But now you got to be careful in trucking too. And I wasn't getting off that truck enough. That's why I tell people get off the truck more because if you don't, they hit you the wrong way. Your temper gonna come out and you're gonna be like middle finger waving and tell them exactly what you think. There's a way to step back and analyze. So like for me, step back and I'm analyzing everything right now. I'm putting hey Edward, I'm putting my feet out there and I'm analyzing everything. Um, and I'm getting ready. I'm basically getting all my stuff out, and then I'm sitting back. I'm like, well, at least purchase. Do I need to be local based on the situation here? Um, and if there is local here. There is local because it's Texas. And as soon as I move the license here, everything's going to open up. Um, so hopefully get that all done next week. I don't necessarily want to stay I don't know that I want to work in an office. And if I work in an office, I really don't. It would have to be something where I'm pretty damn independent. My whole my tolerance for office politics is done. I've done management and I've done entry level, and I've done middle management, and I've done training in offices, and it's always, I hate to say it, it's always the stuff in the office. And see, I'm a person, I just want to go in, get my job done, and I don't want a whole bunch of shit. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't want no bunch of shit. I don't. And I tell people, I don't want to marry your sister. I don't want to date your mama. I just want to come in here and do my job and go to hell home. It's funny that I didn't grow up with him, but we are very much alike. And we have very much a similar thought process with work. And he trained a lot of the people at the railroad he did a brakeman and switchman. So he switched the tracks and did the brakeman part. And he would train them, and at the end he got so irritated with training folks. He's like, I think it's time to retire because he was a new generation of thought. He said, I don't want to learn nothing. You ask a question, it was like deer in the headlight. I'm like, I'm good. It's like me training. That's why one of the companies I was looking at, I think it's a good company, but they are a starter training company, good money. And I had a lot of their drivers giving me good information, but I had to ask myself, do I want to train? Because I did it with this company, even though that company does, I think, a better screening process. But I just think I'm turned off. I don't want to train drivers. What I enjoy about driving is driving pretty much by myself. And eventually getting a dog on there, I really enjoy that. Let me read the comments. Sorry, y'all. Dustin, I'm looking at the whole recruiter thing because I'll be recommending a whole bunch of y'all to Heidi. Okay, your sister. Okay, your sister's doing that. Yeah, there's a big auto parts place here in. I mean, they've got a DC. Right? I mean, it's right here in Lubbock. It's right on the edge of town in Lubbock near the airport. And I saw it when I was here last time. And I don't know if it was new because I'd never recognized it before. And I lived here for several months. Um, and I'm asking questions. And I did say hello, Edward. I hope you saw that. I'm asking answers Princess's question, and I noticed it before. And when I went to look at local jobs here, they were one of the ones that came up. So I know it would pay well. But it's going to take me time to get the weight loss surgery. The other one is for one of the local grocery chains here in the Texas area. Not only Lubbock, but in Utah, I would take like their yogurt. They handle all different kind of vendors, but it's not Excel here now in Lubbock. It's called something else. And they do local reefer for the grocery chains here. When I was here the last time I came through on a leave, they basically do local reefer and you're home frequently. But I'm looking at it. Edward, I went to do the transfer Tuesday after we left my dad's doctor's office. And I was talking about that in the beginning. Hey, Kimberly, what's up? Girl, and I'll get to this in a minute. This is definitely flu. Greg, or excuse me, Edward. So what ended up happening? We went Tuesday after the doctor's, or Tuesday. I keep saying Tuesday. On the third, I think that was Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever it was on the third. We went after that doctor's appointment um, to the DMV, and they don't, unlike here in Lubbock, they don't have a separate CDL place, which was just heartbreaking because I'm spoiled in Arizona, in the area we go to. On the East CDL, and they even have you put your truck up in there, bad boy. Well, they test you anyway. So they test people who are driving RVs and obviously trucks, and they're doing truck inspections at both actually. But they have a yard at the west side one. And I usually go in there, I ain't even there 30 minutes. Man, we went up in there, it's about 2 and 3 hour waits. And it's not a big office. And so, but we talked to one of the ladies who was nice enough to give me the information. I think she said roughly she's around $61. I have hazmat endorsement. She said I'll get more detail, but I would have to take that because the hazmat does not transfer states. I found that out because I was on the phone with TSA, waiting them for about an hour or so. To try to get to somebody was about 2 hours, plus talking to Texas DMV because then even once we left the offices, I had additional questions about the hazmat. Um, but everything else looks like it's going to transfer. So I'm going. We're going to go back this week coming up. because we had to go back to my dad's doctor. That was drama. So I had to go back because he wasn't in office. He's sick. And I think probably if he got the crap I got, I understand he's sick. So the PA was there and I talked to the doctor. I talked to the PA, I talked to the doctor. We rescheduled that for Thursday. We're gonna go. I think we're gonna try to go Wednesday here. I have a show that I'm here, resident, and I take that in, and then I have everything else. So it shouldn't be a drama. It was $61 to transfer the license. And then while I'm here, which is a good thing because he's been in this apartment over 2 years and he put the right address on his license. Y'all don't know. You're supposed to change your license frequently. When you move, you have to put the address on there. So we're gonna get that on there and get his veteran status on there. And Kimberly, thank you, baby, because I need to feel better. I'm reading Greg's comment here, guys. Hold on. Class career driver for waste management, local home, every day, good hours, off weekends, great benefits. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute on the hazmat. I have to see if they have anything. There is a Costco here. They only have one Costco. Again, this is Lubbock. It ain't very big. It's a college town. I mean, Texas Tech is here. I don't know if Costco has anything. It probably, if it does, it's gonna be out of Dallas. Because Dallas would be the next major. Because what's surrounding him is El Paso. You come out of El Paso if you're coming from the west, and you got El Paso, which is probably maybe an hour outside of here, so a couple hours. Then north of him is Amarillo, Plainview. East of him is going to start going into Dallas, Abilene, Wichita Falls, and but your big city is going to be Dallas, which is the next city. And then we're dropping southeast of him, probably San Antonio. Um, and so those would be the big cities. Um, so I do know they have a Costco here, but they're probably just having like whoever delivers the Costco. I'm gonna air mattress shop. Um, what else? Some Edward asked me. Oh, hazmat. So here's the deal that I found out with my 3 hours of being on the phone for hazmat. At least for Texas and per TSA, your hazmat does not transfer when you move states. You have to retake the test. The lease purchase deal, the one that I'm majorly looking at, they would like me to have the TWIC card because there's some port work involved. But I don't have to have the TWIC card because then they can also pay for escort on and off the ports. TWIC. I like having my hazmat. I like having all my endorsements. So, man, mentholatum, y'all. Mentholatum. Um, the hazmat and the TWIC are the same background check. So when I talked to her, she explained to me I'll have to go take the hazmat. I took it. It's not that hard. I just practice the little questions and then go take it. Take it over here at the DMV in Lubbock. Then they'll give me something and call this number. Tell me where to go do the paperwork and fingerprint background for TSA. They'll send that through. Well, since it's the same background check, I have to pay for the hazmat with TSA. And if I remember correctly, I think that was about $100 for both. It's the same background check, but they charge you for both. There's a little more, so I think it's 100 some bucks. I could be wrong. I can't remember. It's been a lot of loads for several years. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and not put the hazmat on initially. I'm gonna go ahead and just move the CDL, and then I'm gonna come back when I'm on a home time. Go take the hazmat test, start the process with TSA for the fingerprints. Oh, background check, and mine wasn't even a week. It wasn't even, my background check came back like that. Like I said, I've been background checked before because of my background in finance. So my first fingerprint background check was when I was 15, and I was working for the city of Tempe. Yeah, Kimberly, I did not know about the whole hazmat. Um, I didn't know about the whole hazmat drama either. Princess, what do you? I was on the phone with them, Dustin. I talked to them. When did I talk to them? I talked to them on the day of the third because the appointment was on the third for his doctor. We went in there and found out the doctor was out sick and that we could talk to like a PA. I said, no, I got stuff I need to talk to because I need stuff filled out. So I would talk to him. So they rescheduled for the 10th. And then we went to DMV. I got general information there, and then I came back to the house because I had questions about the whole hazmat because she said I have to retake the test. And I was like, wait a minute. And what I was thinking, I thought I could transfer it, and I didn't have because when you pass your background check for hazmat, TSA sends you a letter that says you've been cleared to get your background check came out clear, whatever. Well, I don't have that letter with me. And I thought I turned that letter in to Arizona DMV when I went to go get my HAZmat endorsement because that's your proof that you've been approved. Um, yeah, no, I've seen people dying from it, girl. Look, I've been staying in the house and just resting. If it gets bad, the medical facilities here in Lubbock are stealth. And like I said, his doctor, she lived here and worked for Wells. They're right. I literally, girl, they like 10 minutes from the house. And then the hospital is like 5 minutes from the house. Because the last time I was here, I ended up going to the hospital with him because he got a severe bladder infection because my sugar boy, and he's got severe diabetes he don't manage. And he was also incontinent, so he wasn't out, but it was bad. So the hospital's like 5 minutes. So if anything goes bad, I'm pretty much we'll get up there. So I thank you, yeah, thank you. We'll get up there, but y'all will take care of it. But yeah, Edward, who's it? Was Edward asking about it? So yeah, the hazmat, you with the hazmat, you have to the way it works, you have to take the test wherever you're at. If you move to another state, at least from my conversation with the lady at TSA, when you move to another state, you have to take the hazmat again. It does not transfer state to state. You have to take the test again. You have to go back through the background check for the when you're in the new state you're in and go through the whole process again. So it's a pain in the butt. Oh, you're talking about a respite care worker. He's not. Hey, he's not there. No, that's gonna be when he hits that. I don't even know how we're gonna do that because he honoring as hell. Um, I did tell him he's not to watch his driving because he's gonna lose his license with some of the driving I saw. So you don't have to watch that driving. He won't drive at night. He did come get me in the evening, but again, I'm fine. His Lubbock's not a big town. So he's like 5 minutes, maybe if even I'm gonna say 5 to 10 minutes from where the bus terminal was. It's literally up the street. And he picked me up from there. My ticket was only like $150 to get here. He picked me up from there, and then I was gonna drive back. He drove back, and that was already. I needed to see some of that, so I needed to see how he drive it. He drives a little better in the day, but if he loses concentration, not good. He needs to. I told him you need to focus on the road. You need to have. You need to focus on the road. It's yeah. He almost reminded me of my Nigerian chick I had as a truck student. I was like, Lord, but you might want to drive, but you might not need to, even a regular car. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously they have the facilities out here are really good, and again, college town, but they have a lot of older people here, and the apartment complex we're in is a 55 plus community, so like his next door neighbor, I think is a little bit mentally, I don't know if he's got downs, I don't know what he has, Really sweet little Mexican guy next door. And when I see him, I say, "Hey, baby, hi, mom, hey, hi." He's really sweet. Um, so what it does to that? Oh, that's what I was asking. Yeah, she's right. Princesses, it did not affect me. I did go off topic. Um, it didn't affect me as far as talking to somebody. So that was on it was on the third, and they answered the phone. I did have a long wait though, because I was transferred. I mean, well, she gave me a different. I talked to one lady, who then gave me another number, and then I got directly to somebody from TSA. And I ended up out here in Texas. The main commercial DMV is handled out of Austin, which obviously is the capital for the state of Texas. So I had to talk to somebody out of Austin opposed to Lubbock for the DMV. So that's where I got most of my questions opened up. Dustin, are you talking about for TSA or for you just your general CDL? Because Washington State is a major truck. Oregon, those are everything along that West Coast I-5 corridor. That's mainly trucking. That's a trucking, especially reefer, but that is a major trucking corridor. Everything along I-5. You got stuff that's going to cross up from Texas into BC that's going to go up there. Because I did that going up into British Columbia and back in the Conway days. And then you've got all the reefer stuff coming out of Cali, going all the way up to Washington State. And in Washington, you got Fred Meyer's is a major grocery chain. You got a major DC up there. I used to go to Fred Meyer's a lot. You see me, you see. And I thought I packed some. He had to go to Walgreens and get some stuff. So the Walgreens is like literally a minute around the corner from his house. 14 an hour, and it's okay. That's not. I mean, it's okay as long as it's okay. It's not great money. That's the other thing. When I did come here, I met a couple of the well, and they were really nice. The bus driver coming in out of Arizona, he's thinking about coming into trucking. But the one that I had coming out of El Paso, who was totally cool, we got to talking. He saw me, and I had my trucker headset on. You know, Edward, I've heard good things about KLLM. It is a training company. But the one driver, I liked his response on KLLM, and he did solo lease purchase, was Freddie Jordan. He is not driving anymore. He had run into some health issues and got off the truck, and he went and got his bachelor's. He's a veteran. So I think he's retired. So obviously he had his military pension. And if you go look him up, just like the name says, Freddie Jordan, and he was with several companies, and then KLLM is where he closed out, and he had gotten sick, and it is a walkaway lease with KLLM. So you're not, and that's one of the things I was looking for, and I found a company that I'm liking a lot. Um, KLLM, it does walkaway lease. I know from what I saw that I've researched, but my fear with going to training companies is that they may try to persuade you into training. And if you don't train, then you get starved out on miles. Or if you don't train, you don't make your money. Everything at Kimberly, everything is close by. So Lubbock, and him here, because he would always come to Arizona and visit. And so I had never really been to Lubbock. And when I started driving, and I ended up working for Conway, I went home time here because I could home time anywhere I wanted with Conway. And that's the other thing. Had I stayed with the company, if I decided to stay with the company I'm with, the Texas branch would be better for me because I can home time here. Under reefer, I couldn't. They could never really get me here. They could give me like a trip going back to Phoenix with maybe some time on it to stop through, but I wouldn't be able to do like a home time here. So, but when I was working for Conway. First time I came here, I was like, hey man, I need to get some winter gear. And I was half this size back then. And so still overweight, but half this size. And so I said, I need to get some winter gear. And so he's like, oh, I said, there's Burlington here. He's like, oh yeah, it's on the other side of town. Like on the other side of town. I said, yes, on the other side of town. So I get here. I get in the, I said, okay. He says, we'll go tomorrow. I said, okay. And we ate Rip Griffin's. There's a truck stop that also has a cafe on it. So we ate breakfast there. Where he goes now every day. He loves Rip Griffin's. They know us by heart. And it's nice because there are some older truckers that are from this Lubbock area. And I kind of talked to them like I've gotten advice on the whole lease purchase, buying a truck, running my business from the old guys up in there. And several of them very successful. One of them, he has a couple businesses he owns from when he handled into the trucking industry. So it's a lot of wisdom up in there. Anyway, I am. If it doesn't go good, Edward, you're absolutely right. I'm going to be out. Anyway, back to my thing, and I'm coming back to that, Edward. When I got here to this town, the next day, because I stayed on the truck, because he's a little one-bedroom apartment. It was ghetto as hell, too. This one is really nice. And so when I got here the next day, he comes to pick me up, and we're going to go eat over at Cracker Barrel, which is, I guess, near Burlington. He picks me up. He turns out the parking lot. He ends up on this little freeway loop, comes over the hump of the loop, and I see Burlington to my right. Cracker Barrel straight ahead. I said, bro, I thought you said this crap was on the other side of town. This is the other side of town. Other side of town is 15 minutes in every direction. So it is. Kimberly, have a good night. I didn't know you was throwing this peace sign. Edward, to your question, yes. And that was one of the reasons that's one of the reasons I asked about walkaway lease on the lease purchase side. And the reason I asked is because, A, it depends on how you manage a business. Also, I'm a big one of, you can tell me one thing, you get in there and a lease purchase. Like I have one of my people on the 411, when I talk to his company about their lease purchase deal, it is not a walkaway lease. Now, my understanding is, at least he's saying, I don't know what's true, what's false, he's saying that he was told that he can take his truck with him to another trucking company. What I don't know if he's aware of is that there is a significant amount of money to do that. There's a fee to do that. And I don't know what the dollar amount is, but there's a dollar amount to it. Also, when I talked to his company, they're like a group of companies under them. She said it would have to be usually a company within their scope. So I guess one of their companies. If you try to take it outside of that, it sounded like that was questionable. And that was where I had red flags on that lease purchase. In addition, it was not a walkaway lease that if you weren't successful in the lease purchase, that there were significant monetary fees that you would have to come up with to exit out of the lease purchase deal. So beautiful trucks, brand new, but it was significant. Also major credit check stuff on it. And I do have some credit issues that I'm cleaning up. So, Kimberly caught that. Real quick, Kimberly, 15 minutes. Yeah, it's north, south, east, and west. It's 15 minutes to the edge of town, north, south, east, and west in Lubbock. It's a small college town. Texas Tech is a major university, but yeah, it's 15 minutes. I'm serious. Like, if I go up to the edge of the freeway, just over that's the edge of town. All you see is farmland, and you're heading elsewhere. Like where we went to DMV, it was near the, they have an Army National Guard here. It was near the Army National Guard and the airport, edge of town, farmland. And then the other side of town, yeah, it's edge of town. Like I said, it's just flat. It's very flat. There's no mountains, they have like maybe a couple of hills, but nothing major. It's all flat, dry land. But yeah, it's amazing. What's keeping this town running is that if that university wasn't here, would nothing be here. That's what keeps this town running is that university. Would nothing be here if it wasn't for the university. Um, but yeah, so as far as the lease is concerned, that's why I was looking for a walkaway lease. And what I like about the one company I'm looking at, they put everything in writing. They put all the money in writing. They put what they pay in writing. A lot of companies will tell you some stuff over the phone and then they do a general. What they sent me was they sent me a PDF document in writing of everything. This is your fuel surcharge. This is what we pay. We pay for this. We pay for that. This is the warranty on the trucks. This is what we also add to helping you. And they actually have a group that helps you set up your LLC. So like the starter company I'm with now, you can do lease purchase, but they don't help them babies, at least to my knowledge. They don't sit, when you go through your orientation, we're helping you set your LLC right then and there. They even help you design your logo for your truck and for your business. And they help you with going through the whole filings. I was impressed with a lot of what I heard. $750 ain't bad. That ain't bad. Yeah, the company I'm looking at on the low end after expenses, she said on the low end 1100 after expenses, 1100 to 1500 a week. On the high end could be up in the 3 grand range or more per week after expenses. Depends on, as she said, it depends on how you run it and how you manage your time. So I'll feel more inspired at that point. So we'll see. Yeah, so I've got me looking at. Anyway, y'all, it's 50 minutes. I'm going to take my butt to bed. I did want to just check in. I might do another live if I get out of here. I'm gonna join. Yeah, Edward. I would get good phone reception. So, because in the living room, he's Sprint. I'm ghetto Sprint. I'm like their prepaid service, and even in the living room, he gets horrible service as a Sprint customer here. But in his back room, I get good reception. Um, but I most of the day, and I'm gonna probably get over to Starbucks if not tomorrow, early next week. And Hawaii was something that was something that one of the truckers, and I'm familiar with them. OOIDA was one of the things that I'm definitely going to become a member of, but I was going to look up and see because I'm also going to have to I'll be handling my own healthcare, paying for it financially. And I'm looking at either going through healthcare.gov. And there was a commercial I saw last night too here, and I forgot to write down the name of it. It's another health net something, and they search for healthcare companies as well. So I'm looking at that, and they did like dental, vision, and your regular healthcare. And I want all three. So, because I wear glasses, and obviously being older, I got tooth back here. I probably need to deal with being older. We have teeth pulled, and getting into dentures and partials and all that other stuff. So, definitely need to get that taken care of. Um, but I'll be looking into that. So, yeah, Dustin, if I'm in the area, you are welcome to hook up with me here at the truck stop, and we'll come meet and talk. It's usually if I meet because I've had a couple people on here who I was somewhere in Oklahoma, and one of the people who watched the channel was like, "Dude, I was right around the corner. I would have met you." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll meet you in the public." And for the first time, like I met Shy. The first time I met Shy, I met him we met in a parking lot at a truck stop in Tennessee. Um, we talked on the phone a little bit, and we talked on chat. Obviously he's part of the 411 channel, so I have a little closer rapport. And we finally met face to face. The only one I haven't met yet is DCI. He was trying to get to Phoenix, but I was like, dude, right now, I may or may not be able to hook up with you because I was getting everything packed. And I usually I don't have my car, I have a car. So trying to hook up with him was going to be a little bit hard. So I told him if he gets through here, they can stop through because I have the car and we can always meet. I don't know all that. Lubbock don't. I don't know about no party in here. And she might be a certain type of partier. I don't party when I'm old, but this would not be a bit of party town for me. When I was here before and I was working for the bank, I don't go. There's a little wine bar I would go to and listen to some jazz, but this ain't kind of like that kind of. I mean, but well, you and Fargo's places though. So it depends on what your definition of party. From before, I think they're okay. It's a little hole in the wall place in the hood. They do have your standard Dickies and stuff like that here. But honestly, you know who I like for barbecue when I come to Texas, especially in the truck? Texas Smokehouse Barbecue. Some of them have truck parking. They brisket be on hit. But I'm not, I haven't found too many great barbecue spots here. Except, like I said, they have the standard Dickies. It's okay. Um, I don't know. Thank you for sending me Dustin the Blaze Pizza. I don't even know if they have that here. I have to look. I do miss Blaze Pizza. I like their veggie pizza. I did pick up a pizza at Walmart. Oh God. Hold on, y'all. It's on sale for $5. I need to bring another bag in here. It was on sale for $5, and we had it tonight. It was there. It was like one of the for $8, and it was a closeout, meaning it was probably about to expire. So it's $5.68, and I heated that up today. And also we had that little salad for dinner, and oh, I made chili yesterday, and we ate on that for lunch. And I told him tomorrow's leftover day because I'm not cooking much. So tomorrow's gonna be leftover day, and we gonna then the next day. I picked up. They had closed out on some little pork steaks, so I'm gonna probably saute mashed potatoes, and we'll do some. I have like that fire roasted corn steamer, which I really like, and I'll probably heat that up, and that's gonna be dinner for Sunday. And then I'll probably have to go grab something else for the rest of the week. I've just not been grabbing a lot because if I leave food here, he won't cook it. It'll just get thrown out. So I don't like because and sometimes I'll go to a coffee shop and I'll just pick something up while I'm out, and he eats out a lot more than I do. So yeah, but between tomorrow uh, uh, companies as far as health insurance and all that other stuff too. Yeah, I've been to the Caribou Coffee. We have Caribou Coffee. I have a card for Caribou Coffee out here, and I thought we have Caribou Coffee in Arizona too. We have Caribou Coffee in Arizona as well. They're a chain. I just go to the Starbucks because I have a little Starbucks card discount thing. They have internet. I sit in there and sit there for hours. And I update. I have two laptops. I can update the laptops. I updated the one before I left. You know me, I'm a chai tea person. Dirty, dirty hot or dirty iced chai. That's my thing. I'm a big chai person. And dirty just means they put shots of espresso in there. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. But yeah, if any of you decide to transfer your transfer license and you have hazmat on there, you will have to retake that hazmat test. Um, you will have to go through the background check again, but if you already passed it, you shouldn't have any issues. Um, hey, John, thank you, man. Um, and welcome to the channel, man. Um, I think I'm pretty sure that's what it is because I've been having chills, and I usually the only time I get chills, I don't get chills with colds, I get chills with flu. So I'm liquiding, I'm doing a vitamin C. I've been doing either Quercetin or Alka-Seltzer Plus. I didn't do none tonight because I'm so dry right now in the back, and my lips are really dry, and I'm starting to have stuff come out. So I'm not clogged up here, and I'd rather it flow out. It's time to start getting it out of my body. So tonight I'm gonna try to go without the Alka-Seltzer. I did the echinacea tea with the elderberry. As echinacea elderberry is called Complete Cold. It's by I think Celestial Tea Company. And so I did that. I do that. I've been drinking on that all day. So it's cleansing. And then I've been doing the Alka-Seltzer Cold and Quercetin. I'm not doing any of that Quercetin or Alka-Seltzer Cold tonight. Because right now I've got a good flow of stuff coming out of my body without it being like stopped up. So you feel like you can't breathe. So it's actually draining. So that anytime it starts cleansing, I feel that's a good thing. Um, and I slept today a lot. I let my body sleep today. So I slept today and I'm getting ready to knockout right now. Anyway, I just want to check in with y'all. We had an hour. Any questions on the hazmat transfer? Just want to share some of that with you too. I can let you know it is a process. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer it, and then I'll add the hazmat on later. Yeah, the test ain't that hard for hazmat. It's like I said, if you do the same thing I tell everybody else to do, go online, pick those free tests. I find 3 different vendors, and just take those free tests until I do 100. You straight. Hey, Brown Sugar, what's up? You coming in? I'm about to get off here in a minute, but who is this? John? Yeah, you passed. Yeah, it's not you pass by. Okay, you've been through Lubbock. Well, yeah, it's ain't much in Lubbock. Ain't much in Lubbock. Um, no, John, it's not a lot here. I mean, it's a small town. You like 15 minutes any direction. Like I said, it's a. What I will say, the people are very nice. They're a little odd sometimes. I think because it's a small town mentality. So it's a little odd on the thought process. Hey, EB, thank you, baby. It's I think might be at the midpoint. Last week I thought it was just a cold, and it might have started out as a cold and turned into the flu. Once I got here, like the past 3 nights I've had, it started having chills like the past 3 nights. And last night was like chill, and I haven't had a heater in here. And I kept having chills. And even today when I had chills, and it was sitting in there in the living room watching the news and watching Christian TV. And I was like, I'm getting chills. Yeah, so I'm getting chills. And so now, um, I'm ready to take my butt to bed. But I had a heater in this room. But like the first night I slept, I was, whew. And this is his second room. He still got boxes from when he first moved here 2.5 years ago. But I'm gonna be here a little more frequently, so I'm gonna help him get some stuff so he can put this crap up. Because like I said, he's in good shape, other than his driving is questionable now. Um, that's the only thing that's questionable. His driving is questionable. But no, he's a decent shape. Okay, yeah, my brother and his wife now live in Fort Worth. They bought a house out there. But actually, my brother is I know he's a general manager for a Hilton Homeless Suites, and I forgot what his wife does. I think she might be a school teacher or something like that. Um, they just had their first Christmas there in Fort Worth. So, and that's another reason I can get out there. I have a niece and nephew I want to get to know. And by coming, I had planned to come to Texas before he had, and he left before I did. My brother did. We met in Phoenix for dinner when I fractured my ankle, and he was moving out here. Hold on, John. Are you the bus driver? John, are you the bus driver from that drove me in? Hold on, y'all. This might be my bus driver. John, are you the bus driver that drove? The picture's really small. I can't tell. Y'all, this is the bus driver. Okay. Man, y'all got here and this thing went into full effect. Hey, brown sugar baby. Okay. Matter of fact, John, after I got off your bus and I got on the shuttle, let's share this with y'all real quick. After I got off your bus and got on that shuttle, the dude that drove me, I forgot his name. It's a white cat. He trying to convince me to come and work for Greyhound. He told me, he said, if things don't work out, what you doing your lease deal or whatever you're going to do, he said, come to Greyhound. And I said, well, first thing I got to deal with my stuff in Texas with my dad. So I got out here, I'm dealing with that first. And I'm trying to transfer this license. Has been at the DMV. And we ended up just talking to people and I ended up on the phone with them, trying to move the license over. So, yeah. Yeah, John, you got my number. So you text me and let me know. And then I sent Trucker Bill a message. And if you want, we can conference call. And that brother's a wealth of knowledge. Actually, the other dude that's on here, I just said hello to Jose. I can conference you in with him too. He's a veteran as well, and he's been over 21 years in the trucking industry. Jose actually is the one who hooked me up with the company. Well, he hooked me up with his one of his mentors, who's helping me possibly look at the lease purchase deal for a company I'm looking at going to possibly. So yeah, you keep that because I do have contacts. And then if you decide to go the route, we were talking, or I can get you at least the information because I'm a weigh your option kind of person. So I'm weighing all my options right now. I'm looking at local, I'm looking at the lease purchase, I'm looking at everything while I'm down here on this leave dealing with him. And it's a good thing I came because his driving is really off right now. I'm waiting for that to come back prayerfully. Oh, hold on, y'all. Did I get too close to the phone? Is it still freezing? So you move the phone, it might freeze. Is it freezing? It is crappy, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna end this tonight. Y'all be blessed. John, keep in touch with me. Um, y'all be blessed, and we'll talk because obviously it started freezing. I told you the reception is in, so I'll probably do a live once I'm away from here. I'm gonna spend another day. I don't know if tomorrow if I get over to what's that place called? Even if I was using my dad's Sprint phone, Sprint is just crappy in general, y'all. I'm just saying. This is boosted Sprint's prepaid service. His mobile phone is just as crappy. Well, a little bit better, but it's horrid. Anyway, 2 and 2, y'all. Peace. I'm out.